So hello everyone, my name is Prajan Shrestha and I'm a computer science student at Concordia University, Chicago. And welcome to the second part of my Linux Systems Intelligence Toolkit. Okay, so before starting any script, I would like to show you my folder structure. So for that, I type this command find.sprint. So as you can see, I have this data folder, readme.txt file, and backup folder, output, scripts, and inside scripts folder I have these scripts, and also I have log folder, and inside log I have this sample system sample.log, and I also have one screenshots folder and I have these screenshots. Okay, so let's start running the first script. So before running I have to give the executable permission, so let's give that chmod plus x and the script file name, which is signal guardian.sh. Oh, okay, so for now, for this I have to go inside the scripts folder. Okay, now let's give the executable permission and then let's run this script signal guardian.sh. So as you can see, the script is running, and then the temporary file has been created, which is inside the output folder. So if I go and see my output folder, then I have this temporary file. Okay, so and it says that press Ctrl plus C to interrupt safely. So if I hit Ctrl plus C, now the script is not running anymore, and then the resources are also freed. Okay, so let's look at this code. So pico signal assets. So the first one is the shebang line. Okay, so this tells the script to execute using the bash terminal, and then I have one folder, I have one, sorry, a variable which stores this information, and then so this is the cleanup function. Okay, so now these are the output information, and then it removes the temp file. Okay, the temp file is this, which we looked earlier, and then it gives a beautiful goodbye message, and then it says signal guardian shutting down safely. And so this command, so this is the main part of this script. So what we are doing is here we are binding both sigint, so which is sent when a user presses Ctrl C to exit, and then we are using the standard exit signal to our cleanup function. So this guarantees that no matter how the process ends, the temporary file is deleted and resources are freed. Okay, so this allows to safely exit. Okay, and then we are giving, so with the help of echo we are printing this message into the terminal. And then the next one is where using one loop. So so as you can see that, so until and unless we exit from the script, so this loop runs continuously. Okay, so this is the code for this script. Now let's look another script. So for that I have to give executable permission to the script, and then the name is process investigator. Assets. Let's run this script. So what it's doing is it is investigating the process and giving us information about, for instance, who is the current user, the current cell, and then the current process ID, the parent process ID, and so on. And then there are some um, like questions and answers also. So, and it is also saving this report to this location, which is inside output directory, and then the file name is process report.txt. Okay, so if we look at it using the cat command, so we have the same information. Okay, so let's look this script. Okay, so echo process investigator dot assets. So this is the code for this script. So the first line is the subang line. Okay, and then this is just a comment, and then we are assigning a variable, and then the variable points to this. Okay, and then this is an array to store investigated process matrices, and then we have this function investigate process function, and then we are showing this message into the terminal using the echo command, and everything is been, so first the report the report file information is been shown, and then we are just concatenating with using this double greater than sign, and then okay, so we are also showing this information into the terminal, and then with the help of this dollar sign, okay, we are um, uh, either we are accessing the variable or using the built-in bash command. For example, the who am I, it is a built-in bash command which shows the current user. In the same way, the cell shows the current cell, and then two dollar sign shows the script ID, and then this one, it shows the parent process ID. So in the same way, so the bash count is a variable which gives information about the processes count. Okay, with the help of this wc, it helps to count the process. And in the same way here, we are showing the top 5 processes used by CPU, and then we have some theory answers. Okay, so what is the process ID of the script, and then we are displaying the answer using this command. Okay, so as I already told you guys before, the double dollar sign shows the current script ID, and then everything has been concatenated to the report file. So the report file is this. Okay, so and then so we are using we are running this investigate process function, and then we are saving this file. Okay, so now let's run another script. For that, we have to give executable permission, and the name of the script is storage report assets. Let's run it. So this script is basically giving the storage information. Okay, so let's look at it, and then it is also saving the information what we are receiving in the output directory, inside the output directory with storage report.txt file name. Okay, so let's look at this script. Dot assets. Okay, so so like before, it's using the subang line, and we have to use this anyway in all of our scripts. And in the same way, we have a report variable which is giving this info, which is assigned to this. Okay, and then we have this these information showing in the terminal, and with the help of this dollar date, we get the current date. Okay, and with the help of this command, we are showing non-volatile disk storage, and then everything has been concatenated to this report, to this variable, which is this. Okay, and then with the help of this command, du dash sh dot stands for the current directory. We are we have project directory space usage information, and in the same way, free dash h allows us to know about volatile main memory usage. And so with the help of this script, we know the largest 5 files in project. Okay, so the find dot dash type f dash exec ls dash ls. Okay, so this searches the current directory and parses the found files as a batch. And with the help of this command, so everything has been piped using the pipe operator. So what happens is, the output of this command, let's say, becomes the input for this command. Okay, and then this one, it helps to uh, to tell the sort to focus on the fifth column, and dash r reverses the order. So it goes from ascending to descending. And then this head dash n 5 filters the list to keep only the top 5 files. And with the help of this command, this command, it prints column 5 and column 9. Okay, and so we have the information of file count and directory count through the help of these commands, and then everything has been and all the information has been stored. Okay, and finally we save report to this location. Okay, so this is all about storage report.assets. Now let's look at another script, which is log analyzer. So first give the executable permission, and then let's run this script. So as you can see, with the help of log analyzer, it analyzes the log file. For example, we have a source file. Okay, and it analyzes and gives us the information accordingly. So for instance, we have all security log entries, cleaned log preview. Okay, so let's look at script. And yeah, and one more thing, it finally saves the information into this location. Okay, so let's look at the script. Echo log analyzer dot assets. Okay, so we have a log input variable which have been okay, so which is using this system sample.log file, and this is inside the logs folder. Okay, and in the same way, we have report output variable which stores the output into this location. Okay, and we have one error handling. Okay, so we are using if statement for that. So what it does is, if the log input, so this one is not there, then show an error message stating log file not found. Okay, but if the log file is there, then we move on, and so we have these informations, and we have the total lines count, okay, of this log input, which is the sample log. And then in the same way we have the info count, one count, and the error count. So with the help of these commands we can get the info, one, and error count. So the grep, it searches for the info inside this log input file, so which is the sample log, and then dash c helps to give the count. So in the same way, for the warning and error message, error counts, we use the grep command. Okay, and the same way we are displaying the message into the terminal. In the same way we have this one, which is also one of the commands. So there are a lot of commands working together. So it helps to determine most common message type using the pipeline. Okay, so the pipeline is this. So so it helps to find out the most common message types. Okay, and then in the same way we have um, sorted message type summary with the help of these commands. So everything the what we need or what we are looking for, so have we can, so it is these commands help us to give the pull the information out. And in the same way, finally, with the help of scd command, we are having a clean log review. Okay, so and finally everything is been saved to the report output. Okay, so this is the log analyzer.assets. And in the same way we have another script which is systems toolkit.assets. Okay, so let's see this script. Let's run this script first. So here we have a menu function. Okay, so for example, to run signal guardian, process investigator, storage report, and also to create backup, so we can use these. Okay, so if we type one, then we have the signal guardian, which is which is eventually the first script which we saw, which helps to you know uh, exit the script without leaving any traces behind. Okay, so and then so control C to interrupt safely, and then let's go to the menu again. Let's see another one. So the backup for project folder. Okay, so that option is 5, and then we have created one successful backup. Okay, so as you can see, if we go to the my folders, so if I go to the backup, now I have my backup. Okay, so these are the amazing things that we can do using the bash commands. Okay, so these are the options, and what else I have. So if I type 8, which is not in the menu function, then it gives an error which says choose between 1 and 7, and to exit I have to press 7. Okay, now let's see the script. Let's see the script itself. So systems toolkit. Okay, so we have menu items here. Okay, and then I have one show menu function. Okay, so what it does is it loops around these menu items. So as you can see, for item in menu items, then do echo item. So this is just basically showing the menu functions, names of menu functions. And then I have one run backup function. Okay, so what it's doing is it's basically creating a backup directory. Okay, if it's not created, then it is creating a backup directory. So backup directory, as you can see, it's a backup folder bla5 underscore backup underscore, so timestamp, we are also using the timestamp so we can know when did we do that backup and which is inside on the backup folder. Okay, so what it's doing is it is copying every folders and files recursively. So recursively is basically folders, files, folders inside folders inside folders. Okay, so for instance, if I have let's say one folder, let's say output one, inside output folder, then it create so copies everything. So so for that recursive dash r, which is called recursive, yeah, that comes very handy. In the same way, I have show reports function and the pause function. So what it does is it pauses for some time. um, you know so if we hit enter to um, to return to menu, so at that time at that time it pauses and it says so press enter to return to menu. Okay, so and in the same way I have one case block here. So for instance, if I type 1 then run this script, so in the same way, so if I type 5 run backup script, and if I type 7, so show a beautiful message saying exiting systems toolkit. And then so these are the so this is everything about this script. Okay, so now let's look another script which is the toolkit options. Toolkit options.sh. Okay, so let's run this script first. Okay, so it says you cannot run this script like this, so you have to choose some options here. Okay, so what this script is doing is it is using a built-in bash command which is getopts, so getopts. So it is a built-in bash command to read flags like, let's say, dash h dash p, so your script knows exactly which specific tasks to run. Okay, so basically we are running script directly, we are running script, yeah, so we are running any script which is performing any task directly from the terminal. Okay, so let's say I have to run storage report. Then previously I had one menu function, and which was like user friendly. So this is like fully command line based. Okay, so for now I have to do is, so to run the storage report function, so I have to type my script and then dash s. Okay, so it's basically what it's doing is it is running storage report script directly from the terminal. It's like having multiple scripts which we can run um, directly from the terminal. So previously we had menu function which was like GUI based, now this is CLI based, so that's only the difference. Okay, now let's look at this script so we'll know it better. Pico, and which is toolkit options, right? Oops, sorry, toolkit options.assets. So this is the subang line and this is a comment, so it is also saying command line options with getopts. And then we have one show help function which is just displaying information into the terminal. And what it says is if there is no any options given, then show the show help function. Okay, so with the help of this, the logic behind using this code is making the script itself efficient. Okay, so we cannot just basically exit from the script. Okay, we have to do something so that it becomes user friendly. So we are just making this script efficient. So and in the same way we are using this while loop here. So yeah, so get opts we are using. So if the script has hp h or p or s or l or a, then run these. So if the user types dash h, then so help dash p, then process investigator dot sh, and so on. Okay, so this is the script. And then now I have another script which is um, auto workspace fix cleanup. Oh, that's chmod. Sorry, what is saying? Cannot access. Oh, I have to type dot sh. It is a file. Okay, so let's run this script. Okay, so it's scanning for orphan dot so temporary files, and it found out that no temporary files found, and backups found, and saying that available volatile memory is 7636 MB, and it says that system resources are within performance bounds. So let's look at the script. Okay, so with the help of find, okay, so with the help of find and these commands, what it's doing is it is looking for the back of no the output folder, okay, in this path. And then if the output files, okay, output files in this folder, and then so if it is greater than 0, then find it and then delete it, okay, and give a message that cleaned temporary files. So how many counts? So let's say if there is one temporary file, then clean one temporary file or files. And then if nothing is found, then no temporary files found. And in the same way for this, it's looking for any files inside the backup folder, okay. And then the max depth one is it's basically saying look for the top level directories, no need to go inside. And then and display a message like how many backups found. And then in the same way, with the help of this command, we are just freeing the RAM. And then with the help of this, so we are getting information about the available volatile memory. And I have this if else command. So if the free RAM is less than 500, then we give a message saying available RAM is low, consider terminating heavy background processes. And if it's greater than 500, then so system resources are within optimal performance bounds. Okay, so yeah, so these are the scripts for this video. And so the thing is, with the help of these bash commands, we can directly talk to the operating system and do some amazing operations. Okay, so that's it for this video, and I hope you liked it. And if you found this helpful, then consider liking this video and subscribing the channel. And see you guys in the next video. And thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much. Thanks.